All right, welcome to The Explainer. So today we're taking a massive 6-hour masterclass on this totally revolutionary way to build software, and we're going to boil it all down into just 5 minutes for you. So let's get right into it. Let's kick things off with a feeling I bet you know all too well. You're a creator, an entrepreneur, a dreamer, right? You're just going about your day, maybe in the shower, on a walk, and then bam, it hits you. This brilliant $1 million game-changing idea for an app. You can see it all so perfectly in your head. And then, just as fast as it came, that amazing wave of inspiration just crashes against a wall. You know what I'm talking about. Reality hits. The sheer amount of time it would take, the money. Hiring developers is not cheap. Or maybe the biggest hurdle of all, you just don't have the deep technical coding skills to build it yourself. These three things, man, they stop so many incredible ideas dead in their tracks. But what if there was a new way? What if there was a method that could take the incredible power of advanced AI and just completely bridge that gap? You know, the gap between your vision and an actual finished product. Well, that's what we're talking about today. Okay, let's dive in. So this is the core idea they call vibe coding. And really, it's a fundamental shift in how we think about building things. So stop thinking of yourself as a programmer who has to write thousands of lines of code. Instead, think of yourself more like a movie director. Your main job is to clearly and effectively communicate your vision, your vibe, to a super smart AI partner who then handles all the technical stuff. And this right here, this really gets to the heart of the philosophy. We're talking about using whole teams of AI agents running on these new platforms, all powered by crazy advanced models like Gemini. And these agents, they don't just write a little snippet of code for you. No, they build the entire thing. The front end, the back end, the database, the whole shebang. It becomes this continuous conversation between you and the AI, from that first spark of an idea all the way to a finished, working product. Okay, so that's the big idea, but how does it actually work in practice? Let's break down the actual workflow. It all comes down to this really simple but incredibly powerful loop. First, you plan out what you want and describe it in a prompt. Then, the AI generates the first version of your app. And here's where the magic really happens, the review and refine step. You just give it feedback in plain English. Hey, change that color to blue, add a login button right there. And the AI makes the changes, instantly. You just keep going back and forth in this creative loop until it's exactly what you want. And then, you hit deploy. This slide just perfectly lays out the difference. Look at the old way, on the left. You've got all these separate, complex, super time-consuming stages. Manual coding, setting up databases, wrestling with version control, you know the drill. But then look at the right. Vibe coding just collapses that entire process into one fast conversational loop with the AI. It's not just a small improvement, it's a total game changer for efficiency. So I want to be super clear here. This isn't just some futuristic, theoretical idea. The whole 6-hour course that this explainer is based on, it was all a practical, hands-on demonstration. They were building real, complex apps from the ground up using this exact method. And they really put this method through its paces. They built everything from a simple portfolio site all the way up to a complex client dashboard platform with user logins and everything. They even built a thumbnail generator and a totally new app concept from scratch. It just shows you the range of what you can build with this is, honestly, it's staggering. So let that sink in. Five complete, fully functional apps built and deployed from scratch. And get this, not in months or weeks, but in a matter of hours. If that isn't proof of how powerful this new way of working is, I don't know what is. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? What does it all mean? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. It means tools like these are completely changing the game for who gets to be a creator, who gets to be a builder, an innovator. All those technical barriers that used to stand in the way, they're basically just dissolving. And that leaves us with a final and pretty profound thought to chew on. If writing code is no longer the main roadblock, what's the new limit? Well, the new bottleneck, and maybe the most critical skill from now on, is the quality of your ideas and how well you can explain that vision. Your imagination literally becomes the new programming language. So the real question is, what will you create?